Moreover, we observe the stance of the current U.S. administration under President Trump's leadership. We see not just their statements, but a genuine desire to find a solution. It seems to me there is a certain light at the end of the tunnel. We shall see how the situation develops. If not, we will have to achieve all the goals set before us through military means. By the way, US President Donald Trump asked me to hold such a meeting. I said this is possible. At the end of the day, if Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is ready, let him come to Moscow, and such a meeting will take place. Nevertheless, it seems to me that if common sense prevails, it will be possible to agree on acceptable terms for ending this conflict. There is time to relax. Anything can happen. Ukraine could be readying reserves in order to carry out some actions of a more or less large-scale nature. But a preliminary analysis by our military specialists shows that the enemy does not have such capabilities today. They are not capable of conducting large-scale offensive operations and are only engaged in holding the existing lines. Well, the US president is not without humor. It's clear we all know this well. I have a good relationship with him. We communicate with each other on a first-name basis. I can tell you, and I hope he will hear this too, as strange as it may seem, but during these 4 days of US-Russia summit in Alaska, during the most diverse negotiations, both informally and formally, no one has ever expressed any negative judgments about the current US administration. We believe every country should have these security guarantees in its security system. This also applies to Ukraine. But this has nothing to do with any swaps, especially land swaps. I want to emphasize that we are fighting not so much for the territories but rather for human rights and the right of people who live on these territories to speak their language and stay within the culture and the traditions that they inherited from previous generations, from their fathers, grandfathers, and so on. I would like to remind you of first articles of the UN Charter where it is stated that nations have a right to self-determination. But we do not link territories to security guarantees. Of course, we can say these topics are close to each other, but we don't link them directly. And this is not the way this issue was raised in Anchorage.
I have no message to President Putin. He knows where I stand, and he'll make a decision one way or the other. Whatever his decision is, we'll either be happy about it or unhappy. And if we're unhappy about it, you'll see things happen.
Firstpost now available in 9 languages on YouTube. English,
Stands at $36 trillion.
French,
Le FMI, comme
German,
Geschäftsführenden Direktor,
Hindi,
$30 trillion ka kards mo.
Indonesian,
Pemerintah tanpa pemeriksaan.
Italian,
Sekali radikali. Stop.
Japanese,
4 兆ドル以上も。
Portuguese,
Por causa do próprio balanço patrimonial.
Spanish.
Beautiful bill.
Go to Settings, click on Audio Track and select a language of your choice. Be the first to know what's happening around you in your first language. Firstpost.